Let's not move now to the ban on hairdressing salons. Now, the DA's bid to overturn that ban has been postponed. That's because the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Minister Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma failed to file opposing papers in time today. Now, the challenge will now be heard on the 22nd of June. For more on this, I'm joined by DA MP Dean Macpherson. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Just tell us exactly what didn't happen today in court and what the reasons were for the minister not filing.
Good evening, Sally. This morning we went to the High Court and ready to argue our case against Minister Dlamini-Zuma for the indefinite ban that has been placed on the personal care industry. We had given the minister sufficient time to file opposing papers. She failed to do that, and so the judge has set it down for trial on the 22nd of June and made an order of the court that the minister must file opposing papers by the 18th of June. But what preceded this was a request by the Justice Sher for the two parties to come together and try and agree on a set of timelines that may stay the need for a trial. We were keen to do so, and we acted in good faith, trying to secure an agreement from Minister Dlamini's counsel. However, that was rejected this morning, and so we now move forward to a full trial before a full bench of the Western Cape High Court.
Why are you supporting the reopening of salons? Is it purely just the economic hardship that this industry is facing?
Well, Sally, it's a real outlier when one looks at all the industries that are open. There is an indefinite ban on the industry. The minister has given no guidance, and in fact she has ignored her own self-imposed deadline, which was last Friday, to issue regulations. Now, this industry supports many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people across the country, from working class communities to more affluent suburbs. And we believe that it's in violation of Section 22 of the Constitution, which gives every South African the right to freely trade and to look after their families and to provide a living. And the current status quo by the minister just does not live up to that section of the Constitution, and has criminalized and made many people's lives difficult across the country when all they want to do is look after themselves, look after their families, and get back to work like everybody else.
How convinced are you that it can be done safely? The very nature of hair salons and beauty salons is it's close work. You're working with people's faces and hands, and you're very close to them.
Well, the industry itself has also put forward recommendations on social distancing and health protocols that would be instituted. And these would be no different to many of the other industries that have been allowed to go back to work, including airlines, where you sit shoulder to shoulder with people. So we are confident, they are confident, and we think that there is no reason that one should not be allowed to open their salon. And also, by its very nature, it's on a one-on-one basis, it's an appointment basis, and as long as mask wearing, sanitizing, and other health protocols are met, there should be no more risk than going to the supermarket or flying on an airline.
So it's been delayed until the 22nd of June. What does this delay mean for the industry?
Well, I think it further perpetuates the misery that many people have lived under for the last 2.5 months. Many people's businesses have gone under. Many people have had to work in an underground manner just because they have to put food on the table. And we think that it's wrong that hardworking people that want to make a living are criminalized in this manner. We would accept that if the minister had given some guideline and some direction on when the industry would be able to go back, that people could wait and look forward to that. But there's just been nothing. There's no guideline. We don't even know who the minister is in terms of the regulations that has to gazette these get these guidelines. It just says to be determined minister. So there is absolute vagueness around this, and it just continues to hurt people who should be allowed to go back to work like any other sector that's gone back to work.
Well, thank you very much for your time this evening. That's Dean Macpherson. He's a DA MP and just updating us on their attempts to take the minister to court to open up the hairdressing and beauty salon business.